fellow sports fans, and I want to apologize. I know I didn't get to finish my early and late games pregame and postgame show, and didn't do the preview for Sunday Night Football. I want to apologize first and foremost for all the technical difficulties that I had yesterday and last night. So I didn't, and you did get some of the Browns preview, but we will complete Week 3 right now, and I'm going to start with Sunday Night Football. The Browns lost to the LA Rams at home, 20-13, and at home at First Energy Stadium on Sunday Night Football. The Browns were so close to sending this game into overtime, but the Rams forced an interception, and they come away with the win. And Baker Mayfield, he kept holding that ball too long, and he got sacked at least 5-6 times last night, and he just did not have a good game. And the defense has to do a better job of protecting Baker Mayfield, and they gotta not give these LA Rams room to run and give him another chance to score. They've got to get on him. But I have to give the game ball to Jared Goff. That's who I give the game ball to, and so he gets the game ball, and their offensive player who was protecting Jared Goff, I think it was Marshall Coop. I think he gets it. Check the name if I'm wrong. But I mean, they weren't making the plays like they should have been, and we had a chance to win this game, and they just blew it. They just could not do it. And I gotta tell you, I really gotta. I feel that they really should have won this game last night, because we could have been 2-1. But we will have Baltimore next week in Baltimore, and hoping we can go to 2-2. And so I gotta give you. I gotta tip my hat to the Rams, but the Browns they made it close. So it was 20-13, but I think we should have sent it into overtime and won it. We should have made that last play, and Freddie Kitchens has to do a lot better with the play calling, and the offensive coordinator too. And he's got to really get his team. His team has to get their act together, because we want this team to gel. We want it to come together, because we want this team to make the playoffs by far. So we will see what happens when we play Baltimore next week. Getting back to my picks for the week before I announce the other scores, I took Tennessee for Thursday, and Jacksonville beat Tennessee, the Titans, 20-7, and got their first win of the season at TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville. And Gardner Crimshaw II, he gets the game ball along with two others that got it. And I took Green Bay, Philadelphia, KC, Buffalo, Indianapolis, Minnesota, New England, Dallas, Tampa Bay, Arizona, Seattle, the LA Chargers, the Browns, and the Bears. So right now, I want to... hold on. There we go. Right now, I want to... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm 8-6 right now. My picks this week. Now I just said the Tennessee Titans beat the Jacksonville Jaguars, as I just said, 20-7 at TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida, and they got their first win of the season. And I told you Gardner Crimshaw, the second, got the game ball along with two of their other players. I'll tell you right now, I'm just going to have to flip back. Leonard Ferrante and DJ Clark as well. The Dallas Cowboys manhandled them in the early games yesterday. The Dallas Cowboys whooped the Miami Dolphins 31-6. Miami falls to 0-3. Dallas goes to 3-0, and Miami's got to get their act together, and it's going to, I think, be a long season for them. It's going to be a hard climb in AFC South for them. Dallas is 3-0. The Buffalo Bills beat the Cincinnati Bengals 21-17 at Ralph Wilson Stadium in Buffalo, and I got to give the game ball to Josh Allen. He really had a great game yesterday. And the Bengals fall to Baltimore goes to 2-1, I believe, and the Bengals fall to 1-3, or 1-2, excuse me. The Detroit Lions came out of nowhere and beat the Philadelphia Eagles on their home field at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly, 27-24. And I got to give it to Matthew Stafford. I have to give it to him and Kerryon Johnson. That's who gets the game balls for that one. And the Eagles go to 2-1, and the Lions to I think 2-1, I believe. The New England Patriots wallop the New York Jets 30-14 at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Massachusetts. Excuse me. And they and I got to give the game ball to Tom Brady and Jarrett Stone. I got to give it to them. And the Jets, they now fall to 0-3 on these seasons. So it's going to be a long season for the Jets, and Darnold's still out with mono, and they have a few other injuries. The Indianapolis Colts beat the Atlanta Falcons at home at Lucas Oil Stadium, 27-24, and I give the game ball to Jeremy Brisket, and he really Brissett, excuse me, and they really, it was a close game between the Atlanta Falcons and Indianapolis. They came close, but they just could not come away with the win, so I have to give the game ball to I got to tip my hat to Indianapolis. So the Minnesota Vikings beat the LA Raiders at US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, 34-14. And Raiders, it was just not a good day for the Raiders. They just couldn't get it together, and they just couldn't. They didn't make the plays, and But for the Vikings, it was a great game for them, and I have to give the game ball to the Vikings quarterback. I think it's Donovan McNair, I believe, who is their quarterback. Well, their Viking, whatever his name is. You'll have to check the name for me if I'm wrong. If I said McNair by mistake, check me if I'm wrong. The Kansas City Chiefs beat the Baltimore Ravens at Arrowhead Stadium in KC at their home field, 33-28. And it was close. Baltimore had a chance and just could not capitalize. And I got to give the game ball to Patrick Mahomes. I got to give it to him. That's who gets the game ball for that one. And the Green Bay Packers beat the Denver Broncos at legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay. Denver, they had chances and they just could not get together, and they fall short, and Green Bay gets the win. And I got to give it to Aaron Rodgers and Aaron Jones. They both get the game ball. The Carolina Panthers got their first win of the season. They got it. It was a win. And it was over the Arizona Cardinals, 38-20, excuse me, at University of Phoenix Stadium in Phoenix, Arizona. And well, I got to give it to Carolina's backup quarterback. I can't remember what his name is, but I do give it to his quarterback because Cam Newton did not play just because of his injury. The New York Giants upset the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at home by 32-31 at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa Bay. And it was a great game, but the Giants managed to pull away with the win. And I have to give it to the Giants' backup quarterback. I can't remember what his name is, but I have to give it to the Giants' backup quarterback because Eli Manning was benched for that one, so I give it to him. The New Orleans Saints upset the Seattle Seahawks at their home field at CenturyLink Field, and in Seattle, 33-27, and the Saints managed to upset them, and I give it to the Saints' backup quarterback. The game ball, and that was a great game for that one. The Houston Texans upset the San Diego Chargers at StubHub Center in LA, their home stadium, at 27-20 in overtime. It was overtime yesterday. They won that. As you know, it was not overtime. It was a final, 27-20, and I have to give the game ball to Texans quarterback Deshaun Watson. I got to give it to him. He gets the game ball. The Pittsburgh Steelers, without Big Ben Roethlisberger, they upset the San Francisco 49ers at Levi Stadium. Their home, 24-20. And I have to give it to their backup quarterback. I'll have to let you know what his name is because I can't remember right now. But I give him the game ball, the backup quarterback, because that was a big upset win for the Steelers to really get their win in that game yesterday. And as I indicated earlier, the Rams beat the Browns at First Energy Stadium on Sunday Night Football back in Cleveland for the first time since 2008. First Sunday night game since 2001. And it was 20-13, and I give the game ball to Jared Goff. But, I mean, these Browns, they got to have a better game. And we just want to see a better game out of the defense. And Freddie Kitchens has to call plays better along with the offensive coordinator. So, and David Njoku was still out with an injury, but there should have been a few more guys available, and I think there was. But they had a second stringer defensive end for David Njoku in there last night. So it just you gotta find ways to come away with the win, and that's just the bottom line right there. And tonight, Monday Night Football. Are you ready for some football? And I'll be saying that later when I do the pregame show. When the Chicago Bears will square off with the Washington Redskins at FedEx Field in Washington, and I'm going with the Bears on that one, as I indicated yesterday. So I want to just make that known. And these were some great games last night. So yesterday we had a lot of upsets, quite a few upsets in yesterday's Week 3. So we've now completed it, and I wanted to do that. So once again, I do apologize for the technical difficulties I had late yesterday afternoon and last night. But I'm back now in the air, so I'll be back with Scott Sports 101 Monday Night Football pregame and postgame show tonight. And the pregame show before the Monday night game, and once the Monday night game is concluded, the postgame show. But until then, that's going to wrap it up for this edition of Scott's Sports 101. Late edition of Sunday Night Football postgame and late games postgame and Sunday Night Football pregame postgame, on a Monday. So until then, I'll see you later for the Scott Sports 101 Monday Night Football pregame show. But until then, always remember, be a team player each and every day in every way possible. So long, everybody. 3, 2, 1, I'm done.